For Janice Maffei!
And I always enjoyed travel, which, is not really available in quite the way it was once before. So I'm going to offer an idea to you tonight that I invite you to take a hold of, which is a very kind of inexpensive, risk-free way to experience international travel. Come with me to Trader Joe's. So the first thing is, when you get there, you take a little bit of imagination, but if you start by reframing your shopping cart as luggage on wheels, that's a very good start right there. So you kind of roll your way into Trader Joe's, and you are in an exotic land. There are Hawaiian shirts. There's like a basket of persimmons, like what are persimmons? To me, they look like tomatoes in need of a blood transfusion, but persimmons, okay? We are not in Kansas anymore. And, think about travel. Some of us kind of like fantasy travel, where we get exposed to kind of new and magical worlds. For you, I would recommend that you go to I would call it the wall of great milk that is not milk. So there you will find things like oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, hemp milk. Some of it's sweetened, some of it's unsweetened, some of it's vanilla. But this is all just kind of juicing up your imagination, which is what travel does. It cleans up the space between your ears. So there's that. I think of Trader Joe's as a place, and there aren't many of these, but I think of them as a global authority that's holding a key to a pantry that unlocks the foods of the future. I'll give you an example. We all know that quinoa is an ancient grain. Can you explain to me why we never heard of it until 7 years ago? Think about that for a minute. And so they hold this, they have this pantry, they have this closet, and in it, they kind of go like, you know what, this year, let's let them have shishito peppers this year. You know what, shishitos, go ahead, take them. There's a year that was about panko. We had like regular breadcrumbs for like 400 years, and then it was like, you know what? We'd like you to have Japanese breadcrumbs. And by the way, they're excellent. And I strongly recommend them. So it's that kind of thing. Kale used to be like under the radar screen. It existed, we knew it was there. We didn't pay any attention to it. We didn't want to. But now, you gotta have it. You gotta have it in your salads. You can't have a Caesar salad without it. Like, hail Caesar! It's like, all right, whoa. For those of you that want to use travel, some of you may like to use travel as like sort of a literary joint. Like, you're not going to get to James Joyce's Dublin, I don't think, anytime soon. But something I can recommend to you, and it's very inexpensive, is to read the weekly newsletter that Trader Joe's puts out. It's called The Fearless Flyer, and it's written by people that heretofore were like out-of-work English majors, extremely well-developed and ironic senses of humor, and just reading that is a joy in and of itself. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't stop there, because those English majors do not just create the flyers. They create the names and titles of the products. And it's incredible. You can just walk through the store and look at labels, and it's like window shopping in Paris, or it's like having a gelato by the Trevi Fountain and like watching Italian people smooch. I mean, if you do this, if you bring the right level of imagination to this, it's kind of incredible. So one of my favorite new titles for this year is, and I actually, because I think you may doubt me on this, well, I'm going to actually use an innocent bystander. I'm I'm going to ask you to read. I'm going to ask you to read what it says. After it says Trader Joe's on the top, I want you to read literally what it says.
Quite possibly the world's largest facility.
Quite possibly the world's largest facility. For that excellent work, I'm going to give you this. For $2.49, you can bring your entire family to Naples. Okay? That's the kind of thing Trader Joe's can deliver. So, it's powerful stuff. It's powerful stuff, and highly risk-free. So, the other thing to not overlook at Trader Joe's is do not miss the laundry area. We've talked about foods, but laundry also has some exotic elements to it. For example, there are dryer balls in the laundry area that will scent and soften your laundry. They're from Nepal. And I'm just going to tell you something. Without any expense, without any risk, without any special like visas or passports, you can truly say, and I am going to do this joke, even though it's against my will, you can say at the end of it, I have felt balls. Okay, I just want to take that. So for me, laundry is a sacrament. It's not a chore. Where else can you start with a pile, like a messy, stinky pile of stuff, and at the end of it, you want to be united in holy matrimony? It's very 90 minutes. It's incredible. My daughter-in-law said that, told me that my son, who she married with free will, she said, you know, your son has laundry anxiety. And I said, what's laundry anxiety? And her answer simply was, it's a condition where when the laundry accumulates, he wants to wash it. And I said, you're welcome. Very, very